Good morning, everybody. Today is the day. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, pets of all kinds. The engine's finally going in the FC today. It's gonna happen. I've been talking about it for way too friggin' long. Today, it's going in. It's finally going in. Clutch is gonna show up in 2 hours if FedEx doesn't lose it again. And then the thing goes in. So, what do we have to do first to get our 13B into the car, right? First thing is, well, we gotta get an oil pan on this thing because as of right now, it's kind of just a bare long block. So let's just go after it. Seal it up. There we go. Yeah, okay, there goes that. Yeah, that looks different.
You normally see a crank and rod.
Yeah, there's, yeah, no, this is just, we have so many parts for this thing. This box, that box, everything. Would you be surprised if I told you we still need more? The smallest engine with the most stuff on it. It's wild. All right, so what are we missing here? Pickup tube, right, for the oil pump. Let's get that on. Easy. That looks right. It doesn't go like this.
You don't think so?
You know, it's really funny, like building something for the first time and not having anything to start from. Like, it's not like we took something apart. It's like I just have to buy things
and piece it together.
Go in blind and piece it together. It's different. It's fun now. Yes, that definitely looks correct. Let's do that. It also sucks about building something from nothing, lacking hardware. You'd be surprised at how big of a pain in the ass it is to piece together hardware for something when you had nothing to start with. I think we have this big ass bin. You know, I feel like when you first start building cars, you keep track of every bolt. You like mark them up, and then you start building more cars. You just throw everything in a bucket, and you just kind of do it. Simple, clean surface, gasket. It's when you could judge me on or not, but I like putting a little bit of Loctite and pickup tube hardware, just because there is a lot of vibration in this piece, and you don't want this backing off. There we go. Oh, we have Mazda bolts, right? Oh. Don't judge the Phillip head bolt there. All right, so now we have to seal this thing up with the oil pan, and this is kind of a big step. Usually just throwing an oil pan on isn't like anything monumental, but this is a really big deal for this engine because these things just love to leak. Nothing's more embarrassing than a leaky car. You know, you go to a car meet or something, you take your girl out to eat, you move and there's just oil into your car. It's so embarrassing. I have pretty bad PTSD because my first car leaked so much oil and I was like that kid. Never want to be that kid again. So we got a fresh OEM pan. We made sure the flange was nice and flat because these things get pretty mangled when you take them off. Got it powder coated so it looks nice. But here's the thing, right? There's a couple of reasons why these things always leak. First, if you look at this surface, it is a different height at every single plate. The front cover, the plates, the housing, it's like your nail just gets caught, right? So, not the most level surface ever. Mazda, you killed it on some things. This, I'll give you the pass. So now the next big thing is one of the engine mounts, right, actually bolts onto the oil pan. Well, it doesn't bolt to the oil pans, it bolts through the oil pan, so these actually seal the oil pan in one section. And what happens is once these things start making a lot of power, they move a lot, it actually flexes a little bit, right? And it starts to cause oil leaks at the oil pan, which is not good. So here is my solution. First, big old juicy OEM gasket, right? Nice to seal up those indifferences in the heights, right? Then, a bunch of RTV, because we're not playing games. On top of that, I bought this brace. You see this thick thing? That's supposed to act as kind of like a giant washer on the pan itself to make sure it has extra clamping force and it's more evenly distributed since it's just like a thin sheet metal pan. And then last, instead of using conventional bolts, we got studs. So we're actually gonna stud the base of the engine so we have extra clamping force to make sure we can really make sure this thing does not go anywhere. You guys can tell I'm not playing games here. I want the only not leaky 13B in the Northern Hemisphere. Ready, studs. Studs. Boom. Good biting surface. So, in the midst of that YouTube magic, I found out that I actually have the wrong oil pan gasket. Rookie move. Whatever. More RTV. Spoon, give me a rag. This thing's brand new. The top just broke off. I've never seen this happen. Spoon, give me a rag. Don't ask, bro. Don't ask. Okay, here. Ready? Come over here. Yeah, this is expensive. You know what? Just let it. Yeah, this is us now. Oh man, this was like $23 or something.
Nice
crazy.
thin layer.
Thick, nice thick layer. This is the 1 minute gasket too, so not the. Oh man, the threads. Oh my god, I'm panicking. I've never had this happen to me in my life, bro. Oh, this is thick stuff, bro.
It just keeps coming out like toothpaste.
Steve!
What's up?
Help!
Grab a glove.
Okay.
Nah, here, just hold this.
Clutch is here.
Hold this.
Oh, nice.
Ah, Jesus. Grab a glove. What did you, the tip, like, we were trying to, like,
Yep.
This is impressive.
Just the tip.
An impressive amount of gunk.
This one all won't leak.
Yeah, you see that.
That's the goal, right?
Whatever, I'm used to BMWs. You could put every brand new gasket on a BMW and then things will still leak oil. You went thick over here.
You told me thick.
Fair enough. This is the most RTV I've ever seen on the planet.
You still coming up? Nah, it's done.
Is it dead?
Yeah, it's done.
Oh, well, this was supposed to last the whole engine, so. It looks horrendous, bro. Don't judge me.
We've all been there.
Now Steve's been there.
Yeah, I've been there.
We might as well have just welded the pan to the fucking engine at this point. Cool. So no turning back now. Once this thing is on, it's never coming off. I'm gonna have to cut it off the engine. I hope this is the right pan. I never checked. Oh, it's the right pan. Dude, this thing leaks. I'd like to think Vargas would have done the same thing.
100.
100%. Boom. Now, big washer. Make sure we get.
I saw the panic.
You saw the panic? Oh. Okay, boom. Big ass washer. Hella clamping force. Definitely not leaking. Putting that in the universe. All right, Steve?
Yeah, it doesn't look like something that would leak.
It definitely doesn't. I'm kidding. You're good. And then we got engine mount number 1 on this side, which as you can see clamps on the pan. So it's an interesting design. These gotta be tight. Here we go. She's officially sealed up. Love that. Before we put the clutch on, we have a bunch of RTV laying around, so we have a couple more things we could use it for. Factory, the 13B comes with this thing called an OMP, which is an oil metering pump, which essentially is a pump that takes the oil from your engine and squirts it into essentially the intake to help lubricate the engine when it spins, right? Rotary things. Since we will be pre-mixing our oil to actually get oil in the fuel, we could actually delete our OMP. That is one thing that could be debated. It's a little controversial, but we're deleting it, so we have to delete the pump itself with this little block off right here. And then we actually have to block off these ports on the housings. Our delete plate, and we just bolt it down. And this gets rid of the pump. And then we have 2 fittings that the lines used to go to on the housings themselves. Easy as that. I would have totally forgot to plug these and then oil would have just been shooting out. You know, you learn. Do your research. These are hard because they just look like random thread holes. And then you start your engine and just oil starts pissing out. Since we're here, we're just gonna put some fittings on real quick. This is actually for the oil cooler feed in the front, and then the rear. And the oil drain for the turbo. I'm gonna take this back off before we start it to fill it up with oil, but for now, a nice placeholder. FedEx found our package, it's here, the clutch is ready. We have to put the clutch on, trans on, in the car. Eden, you got this? Right, cool, tag you later, see you later.
Nope, I'm a detailer.
Documented, you said it.
I'm a detailer.
Jesus. We went with our favorite, the Action clutch, and let's see what they sent us. Ooh. First, we got a 6-puck sprung, of course, with the Action quality, love it. Really nice piece. We're always really impressed with the quality, and we've never been let down by one of the clutches, so I can't complain. Boom, we got the Action Red. Big old juicy pressure plate.
That hang around
Your
my
oily
neck.
fingers off that.
Hang around my neck. Drop it real quick. Only been waiting for it.
Nice. The Japan stamp on it, you know it's good. The pilot bearing. But of course, we had to step it up and get ourselves a nice Action lightweight flywheel. Check it out. Look at this unit right here. Beautiful lightweight flywheel. Boom.
Looks like an Alcoa truck wheel.
The
polished like
semi
dually
wheels.
with the
Yeah, just picture a big fat lip on it.
It's identical.
First thing I thought of. So you guys can see that the kit actually came with a counterweight right here. We already actually have a counterweight on our engine. So here's the thing, right? So the factory rotary flywheel actually has a counterweight basically built into it, right? When you build your engine, you're supposed to balance all your internals together with the factory flywheel. But since we are going to an aftermarket lightweight flywheel, now the counterweight isn't built in. So you need the counterweight added to basically to make up for the weight differential in the internal, so it's all balanced, right? So the problem is you need to make sure that your internals get balanced to your counterweight before you install an aftermarket clutch, or else it's unbalanced and it puts a lot of unequal load on your bearings and you'll spin a bearing really fast. And then you're like, oh, rotary suck, they're so unreliable, right? Vargas already had a OEM counterweight right here, so the automatics actually use a counterweight, and our internals are balanced to a counterweight already, so then we just have our flywheel that's basically balanced to itself and everything's good, right? So we don't actually need this counterweight. But make sure you do get your internals balanced to your counterweight, or else you're gonna have a really bad time. Vargas could do that. Link in description. Balance my stuff, Vargas, come on. Besides that, it is the same as any other clutch and flywheel install, right? Let's clean the surface first. We actually have to first remove our old pilot bearing because it is destroyed. Justin from Morfab actually made this like probably 6 years ago. And this thing has removed so many pilot bearings over the years.
That's just like one of the arms for a gear puller, right?
Yeah, yeah. And you just welded it to a rod with a slide hanger.
I'm gonna take notes. I like that.
Take notes, right?
I like that.
Slick. Justin, if you're watching this, I appreciate you. The official, unofficial socket. Everyone does it, come on. One more tap, one more tap. Yeah, it looks good. Clean it, clean the surface. Install the flywheel. Oof, yes. So we are using ARP hardware with Loctite on the tips, just because anything that spins, I like to Loctite, especially something that's gonna spin this fast.
10,000 RPM.
Missing something? That's always the most controversial thing. You know how many times I've installed a clutch kit and you forget like the backing plate and you're like, nightmare. I go cut it in half.
Yeah, if I say I've seen people cut them and they like slip them off in the back.
I don't think this has one. Yes, sir. Clean surfaces, because you and all your buddies got your greasy little fingers on your flywheel.
Listen.
You got the Cheeto fingers right now, bro. The Dunkin'
I had
fingers.
some glazed donuts before I got here.
See, big slept on feature, the fact that it says flywheel side, because some clutch kits you're sitting there and you're like, eh. I've definitely put a clutch kit in backwards on an E36 before, because the E36 it fits both ways.
You're hitting the Google search 6 times before you put the trans back
Oh
on.
yeah, I've watched my old videos trying to figure it out. So, Action, thank you for marking that. No one can mess that up, unless you can't read.
I can't. I never learned.
I'm just a detailer.
Yeah, I'm just a detailer.
Pressure plate kind of only goes in one way the best. Dowels, and it's usually really tight fit. Okay, mint. I ain't going nowhere. It's gonna take a little bit to actually seat the pressure plate since it has to clamp down. So make sure you just kind of evenly rotate it on in like a star pattern. Right, we all know this. And then we torque it. Hey, you wanna do the honors? It's all you. Do the honors, baby. Do the honors. That was very underwhelming. I was about to go, oh fuck. What do you want, confetti to come out of that thing?
Maybe.
Look at this beautiful, juicy Action clutch on our 13B. This is a big moment. We've been very, very excited for this for a long time. So let's figure out if we have all the trans hardware and get this thing married up. Also forgot to mention, discount code JimmyO for 10% off all Action products. So if you guys have been putting off getting a clutch for your car, the season is upon. Look at it, it's beautiful out. Shouldn't be this nice out. Discount code JimmyO, put it right here. Action's website, 10% off. Don't sleep. I guarantee they make a clutch. I guarantee they make a clutch for your car. If they don't, tell Aiden about it.
Don't.
I like greasing up the snout. And you don't want it on the splines, but you want it on the piece that the throw out is actually sliding against. Put a little bit in here too. Never hurt nobody. And this is super easy. You don't gotta do anything besides slip it on. Take this. Get in there, bitch. Get in there. Come on. There we go. That's it. We want to take the grease off this because we don't want that on the spines. Look at that. Easy. This is a spoon idea. On the stand? Yeah? Yeah, why not? There's little things everything looks. You got the bolts?
My bad. Yeah, I got the bolts.
Okay. Come on, pilot bearing, get in there. There she goes. That dowel pin is just a little snug. There we go. Okay, not bad. That looks hilarious. Doesn't that look so? Stand right here. That's the goofiest looking thing I've ever seen. Throw this in real quick. This will probably be a pain in the butt in the car. I think the day would ever come. I'm excited. There we go. Spoon's beautiful creation of an engine stand here. Now we have to add our second engine mount pedestal, and that goes right here. I think every open thread hole is just like the oil port on this thing. I'm always like, engine's ready, I think. I hope everything's great. Now it's time to finally get the car, put it on the lift, and then just a huge sigh of relief. Let out. We spent so much damn time on this car hustling it together, and it feels like we haven't touched it in so freaking. I guess it has been a really long time, hasn't it?
It's been about a month and a half
now. That's wild. We got this thing together so quick, and then obviously between just engine stuff and traveling, haven't been around, but it doesn't matter. Today's the day. Straight. You ready?
I'm ready.
Take your jacket off. The zipper.
The zipper.
He'll do you dirty. You go to lean over.
Belt buckles.
Zippers and belt buckles. When I built the Red Z, I learned you put your belt buckle on backwards. Take your belt, put it in the back, buckle in the back. Because then you lean over your car.
Body guy things. We don't wear belts.
Safe. Keep the hammer away from the fender, bro. Not trying to get dents in this thing.
Yeah.
All right, Steve. So this is what you gotta do, right?
Yep.
Put one hand here, and then one hand here, and you just gotta make sure this.
Should I be on the side you are?
No, you're good. Just make sure this doesn't hit
anything.
Yeah, right. Sacrifice your hands, bro. We're gonna go down a little bit. All right. How we looking, Steve?
Good. Down some more.
Right, we gotta tilt it.
Don't you worry. Good man for the job.
So, Steve, take the nose of it and start shoving it under without letting it hit anything.
All right. We're good. I don't want it to bounce up, so you got a little tension.
Jimmy, slowly go down.
Yeah.
Go down.
Slow.
You boys ready?
Yeah.
Steve, you ready?
Slow.
Yeah.
Real slow, like.
Nice. Nice. That's nice.
Steve's first engine install.
I've done this before. I no longer have control of the tip.
At such a young age. What a shame. This thing's gotta go back. Back. The bump. The bumper's not on by much, is it?
No, there's nothing holding.
Let's take the bumper off. Oh. Pretty good? Alright, I'm gonna just keep tilting you then. It's such a massive engine bay, and it's the smallest engine ever. It's so wild. Engine mount number 2. Stuck through the bottom. Oh, look at that. Look at that, boys. Look at that. How's that feel?
That's good.
Good.
Yep. You see, we got a problem in the back.
What's the problem?
Wrong trans mount.
It's the wrong trans mount?
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That is, bro, that is wildly different.
We can make our own trans mount. We got a 2-bender.
What the hell is this trans mount for? If you look at the trans mount, right there, right? Mint, love that trans mount. It's supposed to go here. Dude, it's literally 8 inches away. Is the auto chassis different? That's wild. I wouldn't expect Mazda to make the chassis different. Was this originally an auto? I don't know. That's what we need. Ah, that was good. I was like, oh man, I ordered the right piece. The chassis must be different, huh? That's pretty nuts. We'll just ratchet strap the transit for now. Everything's fine.
The chassis is probably...
Get this out of here. Give it a nice ratchet strap trans mount in the meantime. If you guys have an auto chassis, you can't use an OEM manual trans brace. You need an aftermarket one. Crazy. This is so funny, dude. It looks like a little electric engine, doesn't it? Look how small it is. Like, and these have one of the biggest engine bays out of any chassis I think we've ever worked on. You could put a straight 8 in this thing. It's ridiculous.
Looks like a vacuum cleaner.
You know, it's a Hoover. That's a Hoover. That's a Dyson right there. That's silly. But you know what's cool? The black and the silver looks really nice in there. And I think it's a hard engine to look pretty because there's so much going on with it.
It's fire.
But it blends in nice, right?
Yeah, it's fire.
Cool. So what's going to make this engine look really spectacular is obviously the accessories and the manifolds. The manifolds are going to be everything. The intake should be in maybe for the weekend. High hopes. And then the exhaust manifolds should be in next week. And that is a very beautiful piece. We have the turbo. So once the manifolds come in, it's going to look it's going to look done. It's always just like that easy. So water pump housing is getting vapor honed right now. And then bolt that all up and bring on the spoon work. A V-mount intercooler, V-mount radiator, it's gonna be something. It's gonna be really freaking cool. Do it with me. 1, 2, 3. Sick.
So wait a minute. You got yourself a real nice product here.
Yeah.
It'd be a shame if there was somebody to take advantage of you. Have you thought about getting yourself some management or representation?
I got you right here. You my main man.
That's exactly what I wanted to hear.
I want to give shouts to my boy right here. This was originally your idea. You remember this? So, woohoo, how you doing? Whoa, whoa, whoa.
So you guys might have noticed we had one of our homies, Aiden Templin, in town for the building.
In the building.
If you guys know Aiden, you're like the most well-known, not super famous guy that I know, I guess. I don't know, I'm just here. Aiden has an awesome YouTube channel and a very entertaining Instagram. But he's quite known for his product, the Spinner.
The Spinner, baby. 3 years ago, I was rebuilding a lot of wheels and I needed something just like this. And I had seen somebody, make like some contraption with a skateboard, whatever, and they were able to just, spin a wheel in spot. And
so you guys have seen us use this quite a bit building wheels on the channel, and honestly, sometimes it's cool just for displaying wheels, right? You just sit there and you can just build them, right? It makes sense. So we decided to bully Aiden into making a big batch because he only produces small batches at a time. We got him to do a collab with us, so we did a collab batch of spinners that we were gonna offer going live this Friday along with the drop of a new t-shirt. So we had to plug it in today's video so you guys can see it. So we just picked them up from Powder Coat, and let's go check out the spinners that we got in color. We did a small batch of only 30, so if you guys want them, don't miss out. And we technically did 5 different colors. Check them out. They're not built yet, but it's really cool to see these things in colors because they're always just...
Always black or polished. I never do colors.
Yeah, check it out. These are good. These are good. So we actually only did 2 in yellow. 1 for me personally and 1 to give away. So the new t-shirt for the drop, we'll show it in just a second. If you get one, brings you in a chance of winning the special edition yellow one. Small batch of blue. A larger batch of red, because it's my favorite color. A larger batch of silver, and then Pepto, small batch of pink. I wanted to do more pink, but we needed a bigger array. So, if you guys want to cop a spinner, well, we got 30 of them, so don't miss out this Friday.
Be quick, they go quick.
ShopJimmyO.com. Aiden, build this one up for us real quick so we can see it.
Got you.
So we wanted to do like a kind of like NASCAR race team shirt for the E36.
So sick.
It's sick. So we have them in white this time. RJ bullied me into doing white. because usually all I ever do is black shirts because we're just car guys and we ruin everything. But we have this in white, and then we have it in black.
We also have the Team Oaks hat.
I will good with the head hats on. Get this on my head, bro.
Oh, you look.
Give us a little spin. Give us a little spin.
Put them on the spinner.
Also for this drop too, for you parents out there, we have our first drop of youth sizes, youth extra small through XL.
Perfect, something that fits DJ finally. Alright guys, so I don't mean to cram like an advertisement down your face, but we're really excited to do this project together with a friend and to be able to, I don't know, put these out there because I know he's very stingy with batches and people are always asking for them. So it's a cool piece. If you guys want to cop them, of course, this Friday, probably at 12:30, they drop, limited supply, and then of course we have a t-shirt. And every purchase of a t-shirt or a spinner gives you an entry into the giveaway spinner, which is the yellow one. So don't miss out. But for now, engine's in the car. We gotta wait for a couple more of the bigger components to show up. It's been kind of like fight in me to get the parts for this thing, but that's just cars, right? So hope you guys like the progress and everything else. So we're gonna end it. You guys know the deal. Like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more content. We'll see you guys very shortly.
It's sad because I